All right, hello. Let's go through this new feature for the Univox Loop Designer. What the feature does is that it allows us to incorporate a background to our cable layout. So a drawing background where we will see the loop cabling. So I've already prepared a drawing that we're going to use. So we're going to have a look at these two areas. This one is called base A4, this one is called base A3. As you can see, the base A3 is slightly tilted. But let's do the simple one first. So this is a PDF drawing. First thing that we want to do is to convert the area that we're going to work with into a JPEG image. So I'll be using this screenshot tool. Maybe you have another preferred method, but I think this works fairly well. So I'll take this area and I will say that as a base picture, a JPEG, which I've already done here, but I'll resave it. I'll do that. Okay. Shut this window down. Go back to the Univox Loop Designer and create a new project. So let's call that base A4. So this area was 8.3 by 7 meters. 8.3 by 7 meters. I won't care about doing the environments and so for now. Or at all, because we're going to focus on the feature. So let's do this as a SLS standard. So that puts us here. So now we want to include our background. So I will click here on background and go and get that picture or image. So was that one? I upload it. And it appears as a background. So what we need to do first is to adjust the image so it aligns with our drawing. So first I can do it with the zoom, so that will adjust the size, and then using the offsets I can make the drawing align to what I am doing. Let's try to get this as close as possible. So it needs to become slightly smaller. A little bit tricky, but I mean, it's not too bad. Oops, make it bigger, not smaller. We're almost there. So, they're close enough. This is equally wide now, so work on the other dimension, and there we go. So now we have this drawing background, and we can see our cabling on top of it, and that follows along with everything we do. And if we make a PDF out of it, takes a second to download. We open that, and it doesn't show. And the reason why is because we need to save it. There we go. Sorry about that. Download again. Open up my PDF. Scroll down, and we can now see the drawing background. So that was the easy one. So let's do a second one with the tilted area. Again, I'll do the same thing. I'll scoot over this way here. I'll get my screenshot tool. catch this area, save it, use the old name. So now that's saved. Let's call base A3, and this area was 8.4 by 7 meters. So 8.4 by 7. Let's make this a little bit neater. Let's treat it like a true project. So standard reinforced concrete. Still want to do an SLS standard. I save that. I have my layout. Let's get the background. It's this one. I upload it. As we can see, this is tilted. So I need to adjust this to make it fit my my layout. So what I do is I go to rotation. I rotate it, and you see my layout is bigger than my drawing, so I need to make my layout bigger. And we did the same thing as we did before. First, what I do is I just try to make this match on the width. So there, and I use the offset slightly, and there. That looks pretty good actually. So, and move it up. In my opinion, it doesn't have to be exact. Let's make it look better. There we go. That's close enough, I think. So this time I will save the background. So let's save to our project. And if this was a true project, what I would do is I would create a little bit of distance between the wall and the cabling. So 20 centimeters. That means I need to shrink the actual size of the loop by 0.4 meters. 6.6. I save. Looks like that. Going to my data. I calculate. We need to increase the resistance. So to that I use a thinner cable. And now it looks good with the SLS1. So we're happy with the layout. The 3D field looks good. The two-dimensional, maybe slightly more current if you want to. Let's crank it up, see what happens. Save. And go back to there. See? So that's something that I would be fairly happy with. So this would allow us to use the SLS3 with this type of wire. All I have to do is download the PDF. There we go. I click on that. Got all my data. That's my layout with the background. Actually, I could have made that fit slightly better. It still looks okay. This little shaded area is a bit difficult to see. That's the end of the room. That lines up fairly good, I would say. The prior update where we separate the master and the slave loop works good as well. Our 3D. Still see the background when we're looking at the two-dimensional spread of the magnetic field. So that's something that looks pretty neat to send on to our customer. So that's the feature. Thank you for listening and watching.